What is up, MLP? It is your Commissioner KHG59 Gaming back for the 5th episode of MLP Primetime for Season 14. We have five select.
Yo, redo that, man. Redo that. Oh my god, redo that.
If you couldn't tell, Slap is my co-host this week, the co-owner of the league himself. Would you like to introduce yourself a little bit more, or?
No, I don't particularly want to. I think this is good enough.
Alright, so for this week's lineup, we got Lapis versus BM in Nobility. We have the man himself, Slap, against Splurge in Perplexity. We have Fisture Doom versus Abriel in Duality. Nerdithologist versus Almighty Jacob in Luxury. And Alegz versus... So our first game for this episode is going to be Lapis against BM. So when I took a look at this matchup to start it out, I thought the Zama matchup was okay. I think it could definitely do some work if BM is efficient in getting rid of the Landorus. But the other way he definitely struggles with Zero Aura and Fernape.
I mean, Landorus kind of isn't that good of a check to Zamazenta. Like Behemoth Bash into Ice Fang just does so much damage. So you gotta play it efficiently. Like you can pivot around with Metagross. Maybe pivot on Infernape on the Behemoth Bash. Like Lapis has to pivot properly to deal with the Zamazenta.
Yeah, I think that's fair. But also, what else was I gonna say about this matchup? I think Arrow is kind of
Mamoswine.
Oh yeah, the Mamo switch-ins. They're not there.
There never really is a Mamo switch-in though, so. It's not like this is much different.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those games where you're gonna deal with Mamo offensively, and it looks like stuff like Infernape is gonna be what does that for Lapis. So we're gonna get into the game without stalling any further. No pun intended. You see the Zero Aura, likely either go for Knock or Volt Switch or something, but we actually see this the Substitute, which is interesting. It's going to bait out the Mamoswine and get Toxic. And
Toxic is really good because now Mamo can actually be dealt with efficiently, especially with the sub.
Especially now that she reveals that she's Sub-Toxic Protect. So
the JCap set.
The JCap set. So it turns out that this is actually just a straight-up JCaps game where most of Lapis's sets are indeed sub-toxic.
I assume that Klefki must have been, like, no attacking moves, because Swagger doesn't work against Zero Aura anyways.
Yeah.
Like, assuming Lapis clicks Plasma Fist first. Would have just gone to Volt Absorb.
Now that it reveals the Plasma Fists, she knows that the Mamo walls this, so she just gets out. And now we're in this little loophole where the Metagross and Dedenne are going to go at it, where the Dedenne is just going to substitute up and it's just going to sit in on this Metagross for quite some time.
Doing absolutely nothing productive.
Yep. It's just gonna it's gonna sit here for the next, I believe, like 13 turns and just cheek pouch this entire Metagross's Meteor Mash PP away, which is kind of.
This is the only thing Dedenne does. Para and cheek pouch.
It's quite cheeky of BM.
Oh, shut up. I hate that you just said that. I hate that you just... Can we stop the recording? I don't think I want to do this anymore.
Yeah, okay, bud, you wish. Anyway, dumb puns aside, the any Meteor Mash misses, and this cycle of plays are actually going to be pretty detrimental, because it allows the Dedenne's health to keep up and also win the Substitute versus Meteor Mash PP war, which BM is currently winning.
Even... Never mind. I was gonna say something stupid. Never mind.
Don't you always. Meteor Mash misses again, unfortunately.
BM really only needed 2 or 3 misses for this thing to actually win, but needed them at the
if I
correct
remember
time.
correctly, BM got 2 misses in the entirety, which the Meteor Mash is now down to 2. And yeah, Lapis hits this last one, gets up to +3, and is now out of Meteor Mashes.
Unfortunate. Lapis missed the last one, didn't she?
Now that Dedenne is toxic, so it's going to be forced out into the Aerodactyl, which the Metagross can't really hit either, which it's only going to get toxic. And now we see the Roar, so Metagross is out, and it's pretty much just a pylon this point.
Thank God that no attacks Metagross is out. No chance BM would have won.
Officially no attacks Metagross since the Dedenne ran it out. Because the Dedenne was the little Dedenne that could.
Is that what you're gonna title this? The little Dedenne that could?
Pretty much, yeah. Or would you rather the cheek pouch pun be the
I don't think I'd let you release that if you put the cheek pouch pun.
That's exactly what I thought. Anyway, we see the Infernape pull up with the Protect and just whittle the arrow down even further.
The Mono Sun Protect team.
Which, yeah, the worst thing it could do to Metagross is Roar, so switching into it is really beneficial for this.
BM's actually not in a terrible position as of right now. Like, Latios and Zamazenta can still destroy things.
So, I don't know if you folk know, but this is well, you don't know, but we're telling you because we got BM sets. This is actually a Choice Banded Latios with Ice Beam, and it just absolutely deleted the Landorus. So that thing I said about Zamazenta, it's looking pretty good now. Alright, I don't know what happened to Slap. Maybe he got abducted or something. But
what? No, I have nothing to add to that. What do you want me to add? Oh, that Zamazenta's doing well. Like,
oh god,
it is.
just act like you're here.
I'm not.
Memo gets sacked for whatever reason, and then the Latios is just gonna come back in and just bandit Shadow Claw, and it still does only 46, which is pretty funny. We're going to see the Zama come in on the Metagross because now BM knows that it absolutely just walls the Metagross set with no Meteor Mashes. It did anyway, but now it can do absolutely nothing to it. And BM's just going to go for the free setup, and as he does reveal its special Zama, he does still need a bit of chip on things like the Infernape to really do damage with this, but he's still in a good spot with Zama as long as he manages this endgame properly. Lapis is going to go out into the Whimsicott and just get a seed off on this thing. And she's going to bring in the Infernape afterward. And
which also reveals to be, you guessed it, Subtoxic Protect. Or not, I don't even remember if it's Toxic. It's Sub-Protect, though.
Do we see the Toxic? I don't know.
I don't think we do.
I'm not 100% sure. Well, we have Lapis's sets,
we
right?
We do. No, we don't. It is Toxic, though.
Yeah, alright.
Now BM with this basically just has to hope that it's Flare Blitz or Flamethrower, anything but Overheat, and the game's over.
Anything but like a special fighting move, really.
Even Flamethrower doesn't kill.
Yeah, it's still doing enough though. And BM's just gonna.
I'm pretty sure everything else is in range though. Because Metagross can't do anything here, so the Zama is 100% on whatever comes in.
It just flash cannons, doesn't risk anything. So BM goes for the Snarl on the Infernape, which is unfortunately Overheat. So with the Snarl into Flamethrower, that might have actually saved it, but Lapis does end up bringing the Overheat, and that's what's going to win her the game. The Latios cannot 1v3. It can't... If I remember correctly, it can't really lock itself into anything.
I would kill everything in one hit.
Sacks the guard, which is fine. She can't deal with it anyway, and the Zeraora can just clean this one up.
Subtoxic Protect for the win.
Yes, exactly what you want to make content out of. So Lapis does win this game 2-0. That was an experience going over that.
Yeah, that's one way to
I
describe
don't
it.
even know what to say. It's a pretty clever game to think about from a strategic standpoint, given the sets that were brought. Not to say it's not
Yeah.
entertaining though.
I mean, it's minorly entertaining. It's funny to see. Not the great. Like, there's not very much to commentate there.
I can't really say I've ever seen a Dene do more than that.
That is true, to be fair. We got to see the Dene Masterclass.
You have to give BM that at the very least.
The Dene Masterclass.
But I don't think I have anything else to say, so we can just move on to the next game.
Yeah, let's just move on to my game. That game was my game's a lot more interesting.
Not
really, but...
Well, not really, and we'll explain why later. But, so we get to Slap versus Splurge for Perplexity. Lando kind of just chews right through this team. I think it looks pretty damn good here. And then, I don't think there's something you particularly struggle with on matchup, but,
Mew can always be annoying.
Yeah.
That's one thing I was thinking about. And Zygarde really did cause me trouble if it was banded. If it was like banded toxic, then my Mandibuzz actually could not beat it.
So I think my point is like nothing from preview looks outstanding, but a lot of late game stuff does. Yeah. Like it's a matter of how he gets through your D. Yeah, like how he gets through Mandibuzz, how he gets through Vape, how he gets through Registeel, especially considering that's like the only thing in Lele's way.
And same like Talonflame can cause issues later in the game. Like if my Terrakion wasn't Scarf or my Vaporeon gets really low, then that can also cause a big problem for me. Yeah, I think that just about says it. So we're gonna get started with this game. We're gonna see the Mew and the Lando right off the bat. Do you want to talk about it? So here I was thinking mostly he probably wants to get up spikes or rocks, because Lando can click U-turn here and do whatever 40%. And then if you Ice Beam on my Vaporeon or you Ice Beam on my Mandibuzz, you're doing nothing to Vaporeon. You're doing very little to Mandibuzz. Or I go Terrakion, get more damage, because I don't think he clicks Psychic here either with the obvious Mandibuzz switch in. And then Gardevoir can also do damage, and Reggie still can set up rocks. I was thinking, what's the point of him clicking Ice Beam here when the only thing it hurts is Landorus? That's pretty much it. I obviously
still would have U-turn. This thing kind of just
I didn't have U-turn.
Oh, you didn't?
No. I was Earth Power, Sludge Wave, Rock Slide, Focus Blast. Focus Blast was for the Umbreon, which he didn't bring. So because I couldn't break that with just Earth Power, and I didn't want to synchronize Toxic.
I gotcha. I just would have hard switched. Because you definitely want to preserve this thing, seeing how good it is in this game.
Either way, Mew damage is really good for me, because that was like his main Terrakion answer.
It's also probably like the main thing outside of Melmetal that deals with Guard.
Exactly.
So the Hyper Voice will take it out. We see the Melmetal come in here.
I was heavily considering clicking Focus Blast there, but then I'm like, this Mew is very useless right now. It dies to basically anything I click. So I just clicked Hyper Voice.
Yeah, good thing you didn't overpredict.
Oh my god, I was so worried. I was so worried when I saw this thing click Iron Defense, because I was thinking like Iron Defense is a possibility, which is why I brought Focus Blast. But I wasn't thinking like... I was thinking Banded was way more likely considering how weak I was to Banded. Like Vaporeon almost died to a Thunder Punch, Registeel did not take an EQ very well, and Mandibuzz didn't take a Double Iron Bash. So I was just thinking Banded's probably the most likely, and I'd have to just pivot around based on what he clicks. But then I saw this and I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, I definitely like the Focus Blast. You took a page out of the King Hot Dog book there. I've run Focus Blast Registeel for ID Melmetal before. It's pretty powerful. It only does 40%, but it does enough. It does enough as long as you don't miss.
It was actually huge in this game. I think I would have lost right here if I didn't have Focus Blast. If I was just like body
Yeah,
press
because
or seismic toss.
now it gives a chance of some other stuff on your team with dealing with it. So as we see, you go into the Vaporeon here as he does click rest. He's Resto Chesto.
Probably.
I didn't quite get the wish here. I thought you could have just scalded if you had it. I don't know if you did because you didn't share your pace.
I have my own pace. Yeah, I asked you if you wanted. I was flip turn Ice Beam, Wish Protect.
All right.
That was a very likely to kill, so I was thinking like I'll get that and then I can probably take advantage of that with Registeel or maybe Gardevoir. It was just a sack pretty much to get Gardevoir in. Because I found out from the Focus Blast damage that it wasn't Spadef. Because unfortunately, Splurge prepped for the wrong team. Although the prep is pretty damn good versus me anyways.
That is pretty funny to think about, isn't it?
Yeah. So I found out from the Focus Blast damage that all I needed was... I didn't actually need Chip on it to kill it with Focus Blast.
Which I think that's fair because now you know it's not Spadef, it's not Chople. You can most likely go for it, and as long as you hit, the Melmetal is good as gone, and it is. It did not matter. You said in the chat it probably didn't matter.
It did not. I found his, or I believe he sent me his paste after. I'm gonna look for it. Really
you have it anyway. He gave it to me.
Oh, he gave it to you. Yes. Yeah, it wasn't Spadef, so that did not matter at all.
Alright, so you get the Toxic off on Growth, which is pretty good. You definitely want to weaken this thing down for Tarak.
Yeah, I think at this point it was pretty much game as long as I could deal with the Zygarde, because once that thing couldn't take like an edge very well, and nothing else other than Zygarde could take an edge.
Yeah, I think that's fair. We're gonna see the Zygarde come in here as you get the Gardevoir in. Now we're actually gonna see it's Roselli Berry, and he gets the arrows off on Gardevoir.
Now, from that damage, I found out it wasn't banded, so it was a roll to kill with extreme speed, if I remember correctly. So I was thinking like I'm pretty fine. I just can't let it get like a rest or something if it wants to do that.
Well, so I just decided. You know it's not banded. It popped the Roselli Berry.
Oh, sorry. I knew it wasn't adamant. That's what I meant. I knew it wasn't adamant, so I was pretty good to live extreme speed.
That makes more sense. So yeah, the Mandibuzz is just a pretty safe out considering how low the Zygarde is. I believe it's gonna kill on the following turn. The two hits.
No, I think I clicked Roost. Yeah, because he couldn't do anything to me.
That's also fine. Yeah, because like
at
this point, Lele is the only way the Mandibuzz dies.
I did not understand the coil.
I didn't get that either.
I didn't ask him about it. I should have probably.
Yeah. So you're gonna get he's gonna get more chip off on the Reggie with Seismic Toss. He's gonna see the guard, even though
I knew there, unless he was Sludge Bomb, unless he clicked Sludge Bomb, he didn't kill me at all. And then Expanding Force forced to kill. At the very least, I got.
Yeah, at least it chipped down Lele as well.
And it was the best play to kill Talonflame, because I believe I was Psyshock, so I didn't kill the Talonflame. I was fine letting my things take damage because Terrakion Scarf. So as long as I can chip this thing down, and then hit my Stone Edge, which is a big if, but as long as I'm able to hit, I win.
Yeah, but that's the $1 million question. Will you hit? Your Maw likes to miss Play Rough, but does your Tarak like to miss Stone Edge? It does not.
Maybe maybe I could have kept Registeel a little more healthy, because if it was down like 10% more, it died to EQ and I wouldn't have had to click Edge. But I still think I played it pretty safe at the end to allow it.
Yeah, for sure. It's unfortunate that Splurge prepped for the wrong team, even though like you said, a lot of what he brought actually ended up working out.
I still think you should have clicked Spikes turn 1, because Spikes versus my team would have helped him. Especially with Registeel, it would have helped him win with Lele a lot easier.
Yeah, because most of your chip on the Registeel actually came from like Tangrowth Rocky Helmet, so the extra 12% certainly would have been helpful, even if he only gets one layer up and it dies to Lando on the following turn.
And getting up a layer on my Gardevoir too would allow him to kill Gardevoir with Giga Drain if he wanted to click that. Which would have meant he had Talonflame left, which it wasn't that big of an issue because Edge, once the Zygarde went down, Edge just destroyed his team anyways. But it would have been nice to at least have something.
Yeah, I think that's
Maybe force
fair.
me to miss an Edge.
Unfortunate how it all played out, but I do think that Splurge did make a lot out of the situation in the end, and he played well for what he had, even though it could have been better.
Yeah, it's not Fizdef or not Fizdef Tango. There wasn't actually Fizdef. It was Spadef, but Rocky Helmet. Like that's a decent bring versus me because my only physical attacker is Terrakion, and then it can switch into Earth Power. It can switch into a certain extent to Gardevoir to see what I click. Like it wasn't like he had a bad team versus me. It just wasn't as optimal as it could be.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So next up for the duality division, we have Fist versus Abriel. I think Abriel's offense all around looks pretty solid. Like Lando and Drill both really enjoy this matchup for the most
And there's a
part.
Rufflet. There's a Rufflet.
Fist is bringing Kingler and Rufflet to every single game. Abriel's got the Slowbro and the Whimsicott, so I don't think he really cares for the Kingler. And the flying resists are both weak to CC, so Rufflet can actually be a little bit of an issue.
I mean,
Uh,
there's a slow bro. There's a slow bro.
yeah, but that gets you turned on. All right, so we're gonna see the Tyranitar and the Rufflet. The Rufflet is in. It is in, and Abriel's just gonna scout for CC right away, which fair play. You definitely don't want to lose Tyranitar turn one because sand
I
is
feel
very
like Fist could have
valuable.
pretty safely clicked U-turn there. Even if you only get a little damage on the T-Tar, I feel like it's still worth. I don't think a CC from a Rufflet is killing from there.
Well, remember it's hustle. It's hustle. So if it hits, it's still 120 four times super effective times 1.5. So that's still
Oh my god, it's
that
actually it
it's
is
still
killing.
a ton of damage. But either way, I kind of get the CC because you don't want rocks up against this team for sure, especially given that the Rufflet is likely not boots, and
What are you talking
you
about?
want to
Boots Rufflet's
and
fire.
there's quite a few things on this team that you want to preserve health on that are likely not running boots either way, particularly the scissor. So I think like preventing rocks against him is pretty good. So that's why I kind of agree with the CC. But yeah, the Slowbro Scout is why you'd want to go U-turn. I think either play would have been fine there. Like obviously he could have defog on the scissor, but it is what it is. Uh, he
Does he
get
have defog?
gets the scout correct, and then yeah, he pivots into Celebi as Abriel ports out into the Kyurem, which brings the scissor in. And it chews Ice Beam. That's definitely a Spadef scissor. We see that the Kyurem's Life Orb, which is interesting. We see that Kyurem go for U-turn, and it brings the Kingler in. Now, Abriel could likely switch out into Slowbro, expecting the Aqua Jet, which is what I assume was going through his mind here. But Fist actually opts for the SD, which I think is a good play on his end because now he can just cook knockoff pretty freely. We see that he does in the Slowbro is actually Colbur Berry and gets a Thunder Wave off, which
Getting that Getting that Cobra Berry off though is pretty huge because that is the Glade answer right there. Even though the Glade doesn't end up actually being knockoff, it can also help. Like Hydreigon can kill it now,
Yeah.
and in theory, he can take better advantage of it with Glade.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So the full para on turn 7 is quite unfortunate because you definitely want this Whimsicott gone because Dre looks a lot better with it gone, but
It's also
also
Specs Whimsicott, so like
but
that's.
also the Whimsicott just absolutely deletes the Kingler. So it's very unfortunate for Fist. He would have really liked the damage on this thing.
And it would have forced him into something he doesn't necessarily want to be in with. Against the rest of the, like, it might have forced him into Kyurem, which he can take advantage of with Scizor, or it might have forced him into Lando, which he can take advantage of with like Gallade, Triple Axle or something.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So, the Scissor's gonna come in on the Whimsicott after it revenge kills the Kingler, and from the Scissor, we're actually gonna see Superpower, and it knocks out the Excadrill.
That was a good play.
Yeah, it was. Drill is like the only thing that you'd want switching in on Sizz and just packing the Superpower. I think that was a really good bring on
It,
this send, even if that's all it really was for at the
it was
end.
fair. It was fairly safe, but also like a good play because it's not like you can just click Superpower, even though because he could have brought in Lando and been more aggressive, thinking U-turn or Superpower is probably his play, and then that's worse, but it's still a good play.
You also like with Lando, you don't want to risk it potentially having knock and losing your power output with the life orb. That's also a possibility in
I
this
just don't
game.
see him clicking Knock there. I feel like Knock is just very useless. When you can click Superpower and try and catch a drill, or you can click U-turn, Bullet Punch trying to catch the Lando. Click SD.
And
He didn't even wait. He didn't click SD.
no,
When he
he,
click
he
SD.
he goes straight for CC, which again goes back to my thinking on turn 1 with the Rufflet, where he doesn't want the rocks to get up by any means. He's gonna get the Tyranitar in here, and now Abril's recognized that he can get his rocks up no matter what the Celebi goes for, and it actually goes for Leaf Blade, which is interesting. But now the rocks are up finally on turn 14, and Fist is gonna get his own up
I
as
feel like if he clicked SD on the turn with Gallade and then had killed Slowbro, those rocks don't go up. Because in theory he has to go
yeah.
Whimsicott, right? He has to go Whimsicott. At worst case scenario, he clicks U-turn. You're in Scizor. He's not gonna go T-Tar on your Scizor trying to set up rocks because it dies to everything.
Yeah. So I think that's
So I
that's like a momentum loss type thing that he got punished for with that exchange. So now we're gonna see the Landorus come back in on the Scissor, and it can pretty freely just click Earth Power. It doesn't really care about the Hydreigon coming in, but here it does, and Abriel actually misses going for it. I don't think Fist ever would have gone Dre there per se, because the Whimsicott is still perfectly healthy, and Drill's gone, so it's not like T-Tar is gonna, and T-Tar dies to Rock, so he is a pretty safe sack to that anyway. So I don't think going for the Focus Blast was the play there at all. Like I get it kills the Scissor and it covers the Dre switching in, but to ensure that the Scissor dies, I would have just clicked Earth Power. It's
it's
just a bit
it's
of
too
an
much of a risky play at this point, especially
yeah.
when he's giving you your his Curomancer. Now you're getting you can claim kills with Curo.
Exactly, and it shows because now the Landorus dies to another Bullet Punch. That's also the other main reason why he should have just Earth Powered, because if he misses, he has no Lando, and both of his ground types that I said at preview pretty much won the game are now gone. uh, Slowbro, we're gonna see come in on the Sizz. It'll get free free U turn there, and he just goes
Uh,
for Scald.
I don't quite understand that play, if I'm being honest. I just feel like it was
Now you can get
any little chance he had, he kind of just threw away.
he can also get the Kierman for free. He goes for the scale shot, which he only unfortunately gets 2 hits. I think he should, considering the scissor was still alive, I would have just ice beamed the first time because now
That
you,
really
yeah,
was just a div saver that it got 2 hits.
yeah, pretty much. Um, because I still would have ice beamed there anyway because the scissor dies after rocks and it can't bullet punch you unless it comes in for free. So you're forcing him to pick one anyway. So I really don't get the scale shot. Maybe trying to be faster than Gallade, but when there's an alive scissor that still kills you no matter what was the point? What do you get out of that?
It's Rufflet season now, so Rufflet is
It,
winning.
it,
He
it
is
is
winning.
it is indeed Rufflet season, except it just straight up dies to a Whimsicott. Good
Wait,
God.
it wasn't faster than the Whimsicott?
No, it's only like 100 speed or something like that. Oh no, it's only 60 speed. What? Why?
Oh, I
What
was
is?
about to say 100 Scarf would be faster than that.
Why? Why is 100 in my mind? Which I think it might have been just like Bandit or something. I don't know. I'm not sure what the reference set was. What was it?
It was Max Speed, Jolly, Joy Scarf.
Which yeah, the Whimsicott outspeeds if it's like near max because base 60 speed Scarfers hit 360, which speed tie with base 115s at max positive nature, and Whimsicott's 116. So yeah, April's Whimsicott outsped, so that would make sense. And the Sizz can just chip this down, and the Scarf Hydreigon will just clean this game up for Fist.
I think it would have been closer if he had clicked Earth Power. Definitely. But I still think
Yeah, surely.
it's. Oh, actually, Whimsicott just swept,
That's
didn't it?
the
With Scizor gone?
that's the main. Yeah, I thought.
Because the Hydreigon had nothing to hit the Whimsicott. I think actually, if he killed Scizor, the Whimsicott just won from there.
Yeah, I definitely think that's fair. Like the main point of emphasis on this game was the focus blast oversight. April just got punished for it.
Which I mean, still technically it was the right play, but it wasn't the safe play to. Because you wanted Scizor out of there pretty much, because Whimsicott just won from there.
So we're gonna move on to Nerd versus Jacob in luxury, and Mega Diancie loves going against this team.
Mega Diancie
there's
is feasting.
there is no real answer to it. Like the closest thing is a Moongus, but even then, like a lot of Diancie sets don't really care for it. Like I imagine Diamond Storm still chunks a Spadef Moongus.
Yeah, exactly.
And then as for Nerd defensively, I think Torn can cause a good bit of problems as well as
Like a superpower Torn could just superpower like Iron Tail could just destroy this team. Hurricane superpower Iron Tail, and then like U-turn, maybe
you turn you
knockoff.
turn you turn or knock. Yeah, I would personally prefer the knock, but I do
Then
also
Zera.
think that this team also struggles with Chomp once the Slowbro gets down, weakened down. So that should be a goal of Jacobs.
The Keldeo can also be an issue with like Hydro Pump, Secret Sword, Air Slash, Flip Turn. Because if it flip turns on the slow bro, you can get in the Torn, you can get in the Zera Aura. Zera Aura can feast too, as long as it's either not Fizdef Zygarde or he gets it chipped low enough that
Or
play
he
rough
play
kills.
roughs it on switch in. That should also work.
In theory, Jacob should win this game on the offensive end if he doesn't lose to Diancie.
Yeah, I think that makes sense analysis-wise. So we're going to see the Delphox and the Slowbro right away. Jacob's going to go for Trick on the Slowbro, which I think is a good play. Like I said, he needs this Slowbro weakened as quick as possible so that the Mega Garchomp can go crazy.
And it covered the Chansey switch too.
Yeah. So we're going to see the Chansey switch there. Afterwards.
I don't necessarily agree with the Spore play there, because there's not one play he can make apart from doubling that actually punishes Roserade coming in. Like you click,
yeah, no,
click Sludge Bomb, you're doing like 15%.
Does not care for this thing. He's just gonna steal the Eviolite away.
I'm not quite sure why he allowed him to do that. I feel like Diancie was quite a free switch in there. Because it's not like Delphox. What am I trying to say here? Delphox can't really do anything to a Diancie, especially not Mega Evolved. And I guess maybe you're covering for the switch, but there's no reason for him to really switch when you can just take the Eviolite.
Yeah, I think that's fair. The trick, while it does, you do think it benefits you now that the thing that kills your entire team is in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Amugus.
this is right when the carnage starts. Diancie goes for a substitute right away and Calm Minds. Now, Jacob,
I don't know why he clear smogged. That was such a.
no. The thing is, he thought it cleared the stats from behind the sub, but it doesn't. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. It has to make it has to hit the target itself, not a substitute, for the secondary effect to work. But either way, if he clicked Giga Drain first, he was in a much better position because
if he clicked Giga Drain first, he can just spam Giga Drain and he never gets any more Calm Minds up.
Exactly, yeah. Which that's gonna prove to be very, very detrimental. Which now you see that the Giga Drain does 26, so thinking it's a roll, Nerd is actually gonna fish for the not sub break so that he can get the Draining Kiss chip off. And look at how much it's getting back. It's getting more health back than it's doing to the Amoonguss, which is absolutely insane. And now that we see that the Giga Drain can no longer break sub, all Nerd has to do is click Calm Mind one more time and just Draining Kiss away at this Amoonguss. Now, you want to kill it with a sub up just so that Zera doesn't come in afterward and revenge it. He gets a crit there.
Big
which,
crit didn't matter because it was step breaking either way.
Yeah, he's got to get another one. He's got to get another sub off, and he does here. And he's going to be able to kill the Delphox on the following turn with the Draining Kiss. Which means Zera can't come in, and Jacob has to pick another one. Now,
do you think there's a chance Flip Turn killed the sub there?
The Flip Turn killed the sub? Maybe.
I'm going to calc it. Yeah, Flip Turn breaks the sub.
Timid Flip Turn breaks the sub?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why you didn't just go for that then. If I was Nerd, I actually would have subbed again just to make sure. Even if you're losing a little bit of health on your Diancie, if he
doesn't matter.
If he does Flip Turn into another Pokemon, you get another sub up and profit. But it is what it is. He's lucky that Jacob didn't click Flip Turn for whatever reason. And he does go for the Draining Kiss and knock out the Keldeo, which means now he can go into Zera, which
I guarantee you that fist didn't kill right there. The Plasma Fist didn't kill.
Well, it depends on what the Zera set is. Like, if it's like Adamant Banded Zera, does Fists kill?
Calculating that right now.
Well, he does that. I want to point out that I actually do like the special Zygarde here. Given the
Adamant Banded Plasma Fist is 56 to kill. Which I guess fine. You can play it safe, and you also don't want him to have Iron Tail. I feel like you could have just ended the game quickly.
Yeah.
Because Adamant Banded.
I definitely wouldn't risk that, especially if you have the Diancie at full for later in the game.
It doesn't. Its use right now is stopping a Garchomp from getting a scale shot. Basically.
Yeah. Which brings us to this Zygarde set, which reveals to be fully special. I actually kind of like it because Mega Diancie is the only thing on this team outside of Zygarde that outspeeds the Chomp, and you don't want to lock this thing into Outrage to reliably revenge kill the Garchomp, so I actually like the full special here for that reason.
I agree.
It literally does not care. And now he goes for a Sludge Bomb. Look how much damage that did. Holy cow. He's gonna pivot into the Chomp as he doubles into Chansey, which I don't really get that double. I would have just
I would just click. Actually, the Torn is faster, but
well, yeah, no, duh. But
I feel like you could have gone Diancie there.
You could have, yeah.
Because like, any play other than Hurricane takes advantage of Chansey here. Double, knockoff, U-turn, superpower, all take advantage of Chansey.
Yeah,
but then
exactly.
Diancie can deal with the U-turn, because him U-turning it forces him into Zeraora. Can you go back into the game? Thank you.
Oh, sorry. I was just taking a look at OBS real quick. Yeah, I get your point there. Which, I believe the Garchomp just Mega Evolves and goes for Earthquake. Yeah. Which
I don't
enough.
think Mega Evolving was the play there. And this is the play I definitely want to talk about. If your plan was to Toxic the Slowbro, you click Toxic first.
Yeah. Like I was telling you beforehand, it's like the same thing that happened with Tails' Mega Diancie in the last episode. It was just order of operations. That's a fair assumption. Also, given the fact that, like, I don't think he gets anything out of porting here, which is likely why he clicked Toxic. He expected a potential teleport. But the thing is,
Ice Beam damage right now is fine. Ice Beam damage is great.
There's no safe answer to Ice Beam, especially when you tricked its specs. Even if it's not meant to be offensive, it's still gonna hurt pretty much anything. Even the Zera would still take a good bit.
Spikes, that's doing at least 50% when you add the spikes damage.
Which is kind of funny, but yeah, I definitely think it was just Toxic and then GTFO.
Even him going Amogus there, like, was fine for clicking Ice Beam, because you still have a Roserade, which then forces a kill. Especially because he actually Mega Evolved with his Chomp. Oh my god. Another play I don't understand is Mega Evolving. There's no reason for you to Mega Evolve yet. It doesn't give you anything because you still want to outspeed the Garchomp, possibly.
Yeah, I don't... You want to outspeed the Zygarde, you meant. But,
Zygarde, yes, opposite. Same one.
Yeah, like you said, I don't think you Mega Evolve until you get a Scale Shot off.
Yeah, exactly.
Which Nerd still has the Mega Diancie to block off. But now we're going to see the Zera just come back in on the Bro, force in Zygarde.
And now we find out it's Fizzed Out Zygarde, and this game is 100% over.
Which, yeah, it can just spam whatever it wants. Core Enforcer, and
I guess the only way he loses is like a Nasty Plot Torn that hits its superpowers and its hurricanes and its Iron Tails. Nasty Plot Hurricane.
It's not gonna be plot.
Nasty Plot Hurricane Superpower Iron Tail. That sounds like such a fire set.
And we see another thing is, I'm not gonna call out Jacob for it, but I'm just curious if this was Spadef at all, considering the fact that Roserade did 51.
He didn't prep for Roserade like one bit. Every single thing died to one of its stabs.
Except for Garchomp, and you don't want
Bro, that Garchomp was taking 80 from a Leaf Storm. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I am wrong.
I mean, did it have Leaf Storm?
Oh my god, it's Rain Dance.
Was Leaf Storm Leaf Storm was his last move, wasn't it? We have Nerds.
We have Nerds. Oh, it was Energy Ball.
Oh.
That still did a ton. That's still plus with the spikes up, that's doing a ton.
Womp would call him a pussy for that.
I would agree.
Which is
Imagine not saving diff there. Oh my god, what a loser.
like, what was he like, weather ball or something on Torn? I don't know. Well, we don't know, but
he must have been. Was Weatherball hit? The Zygarde?
no, because it's not hail. So it would have to be hail to hit the Zygarde. Plus, it gets icy wind anyway. I don't know. I'm very confused at that ending. Regardless, I definitely.
I'm not quite sure why he rain dance at the end either. Clicking Hurricane there was
given the fact that we don't know his sets, we don't know what he's talking about. I had to risk that GG.
What was Amogus' role in this game? Its role was just Diancie check, so you probably should have brought
Diancie setup fodder, more like it.
Probably should have brought Steelix or Milotic in that spot. Round 3 Milotic is insane, by the way. What a demon.
Waste of oxygen, etc.
What a demon picking round 3 Milotic.
That's all I have to say for that game, so if you're ready to move on, we will.
Yeah, let's go to the final game.
Alright, so the final game.
This is the best commentary worth game. The rest of them have been kind of meh for commentary.
The Zama matchup is better than BM's, I would say. There's still Lando, but the other stuff kind of just falls over.
Ice Fang also murders a Landorus.
Oh right? Yeah, that's fair. I forgot it gets that. But Kiram kind of spams moves for Azurine.
Spams moves. Rotom and Lando just click Volt Switch U-turn versus this team.
Oh no, this team is gonna get eaten alive by momentum spam.
Is that a Mega Diancie?
Sure.
Mega Diancie can also eat versus this team, if it's played right.
Yeah, I mean, Zama is still better than Mugus, so...
Yeah.
That's all the preview notes I have for that, so...
I mean, Suicune can eat versus this team as well.
Oh,
if it's played right, of course.
If it plays around the Rotom properly. You're gonna see another double into Lando and Zama. So, he reveals the Lando scarf here, which, I mean, I didn't think he would stay in with Zama. I think it's fair to think
EQ doesn't do that much to a Zama.
Yeah, also that, considering it's a defense boost and it's pretty much at full, it's clear, it's probably out of range, you need chip on this, so... we are going to see the Ice Fang, like Slap said, from the Zamazenta.
All it needs is close combat Ice Fang Behemoth Bash to win this game.
Yeah, certainly. See the Kiram pivot on the Rotom.
Assault Vest Conk, yes.
It reveals to be AV Conk. It's going to go for the Poison Jab on the Clef.
The Poison Jab play was brazy.
I mean, yeah, it was fine. Either that or Knock, I felt, was a good play. He's gonna go for the Iron Defense.
Why this came versus this? I don't know why the Steelix is that set.
I mean, if it wants to, like, not get totally abused by Zama, maybe? I don't know.
But there's a Kiram, Suicune, Rotom just that came to the game.
I agree. I do think it's weird. I'm just trying to make some sense out of it.
Let me see, what else does he have? I guess that's the only thing that actually takes it. The three things I mentioned are the only things that take advantage of it, but still, that's like some of the best mons he has. And even like a fire coverage from Clef is kind of nullifying that.
Yeah, outside of what I said with like the Zama, I don't really get it either.
Cinderace, Lycanroc are decent reasons, I guess, but like a Lycanroc's CC is still doing 100 to a setup Steelix.
Considering CC is basically just another viable stab for it. We're gonna see the Kun sub up here. The Scoutwood Electric move he has, he goes for sub again, which I think is a good play. But I don't like the Scald here. I don't
like the Scald. I know you're like
too.
you wanna have the you wanna abuse the Suicune sub or whatever. But clicking Scald on a clearly Assault Vest might most likely guts Amon is not a play. It doesn't actually cover. It covers nothing he's gonna do. You're not going Lando on a Suicune. You're not going Steelix on a Suicune. You're not going Mega Diancie on a Suicune.
Well, you can confirm it was Guts, right? You have Alegz based.
Oh, I do. Oh, it was Iron Fist.
Oh. Okay.
I don't like that bring. I don't like CC bring either. I feel like you bring
fair,
Drain Punch on an Assault Fist.
Especially if it's friggin' Iron Fist. But also, like, if it was Guts, the Clef would no longer be able to safely switch into it. Poison Jab becomes a 2 of KO, because you saw it did
Even
40.
like CC is doing like 40 from a Guts boosted conk. So like, I just don't understand it, especially because you have no knowledge of it being Iron Fist yet. Because all he's clicked is what, Poison Jab before that? All he clicked was Poison Jab, so that's not Iron Fist boosted.
Which, now the Moonblast is 36, that's nuts. Poison Jab doesn't do anything.
Wait, is this a speed tie? Oh no, he just sacks he just sacks the cliff.
Maybe perhaps he thought he could get a roll on it because it did do like 38 there, but I don't know. I probably wouldn't have risked that. I would have looked a little bit more into it when calcing in game. Here, Azurine just gonna keep spamming Volt Switch, which I don't really get. Well, I guess maybe if you expect the Lando to U-turn, but it's just an oversight.
I'm a bit confused by this Suicune set versus a Rotom. I don't know. It just doesn't.
Yeah, it's sub Calm Mind, Scald, Ice Beam, right?
Yeah, it doesn't seem that useful. Also, not a fan of clicking Mach Punch there, because you want to make sure he doesn't. If you click Mach Punch there and he subs, then you just get.
Okay, here I don't know why he stayed in, because you've killed the conk and you have a chance to get out with the Suicune, but now it's weak to the point where like Scarf Lando's looking really good in this end game once he weakens down the road.
Lando literally just needs to click U-turn and the game's over. His game is literally over now.
Which, yeah, I would have
at
the very least just kept the Suicune. We see Psych at Lottie, which I think is kind of cool.
That was a cool bring. I like that bring. It worked. That's a great bring for a Suicune. So you could have allowed it to set up more, and then probably won the Suicune.
I mean, Lottie also gets Roar, but I mean, why not abuse it?
Exactly. I mean, this only works versus a Calm Mind Suicune, which I feel like it should have been Toxic. Like Scald, Toxic, Protect, Sub.
Yeah, I mean,
that was the better bring.
Especially against Rotom, like I don't get the Calm Mind. I can understand the sub because Volt Switch spam, but
and like Toxicing a Lottie's good. You can Scald the Lando, Toxic the Rotom, Scald the Steelix, and if you were planning on scalding the Conk anyways, why not just click Toxic on it?
Zama is more than likely in Landorus range, which is good for Alec. So pretty much.
I feel like you have to make a play there. I know you're thinking just sack Rotom, but you're on the back foot. You kind of have to think like let me play off a choke because the game's 100% over if you don't play off that choke. I think.
So yeah, the last thing you needed is that Dragon Pulse pretty much because now once the Rotom dies, the Lando can just click EQ to victory. % wins. And he brings it in here for
all he has to do is click
for whatever reason.
And he sacks it
anyways. I don't know what. At least if he went Cinderace, he forced a prediction, but like Rotom means that you're forcing the U-turn.
Oh, CC didn't even kill from there? Oh my god, why didn't you click Ice Fang? Why didn't you click Ice Fang on the Rotom?
Garbage Mon, that's why we allowed it.
Now I 100% agree that you should have clicked Ice Fang on the Landorus switch in. Because if CC didn't even kill there, Ice Fang chip allows you to kill it. And then possibly... And you can possibly catch Lando.
Yeah, I think that's a fair play. So we're going to see Alec win 3-0. My point of emphasis is when the Suicune subbed on the Rotom after killing Conk. I think keeping it in the back at half would have been very useful rather than just allowing Lottie to come in and for that whole exchange to occur.
Especially since you already have a burned Kyurem, you're either because he knows Volt Switch doesn't break sub, right? So he's not gonna click Volt Switch and allow.
Well, no, it does, but he's faster and he can click sub on the following turn, that's why I don't get it. Because
no, it didn't. We saw it not break sub. We saw Volt Switch not break sub earlier.
But also we saw the Rotom was faster. And like I don't particularly get why he wisped there either, but I'm trying to find it. It's not here. It's right here. It's this turn 28 when Alegz opts for the Willow, which they kinda get, kinda don't get. Like the two things you want to status are already statused.
Well, you want to status the Suicune, and it's a common thing when you see set up mons, like set up with Calm Mind or set up with like one Cosmic Power to just stay in. So I feel like, especially because if you Volt Switch there and then you click sub, you have a sub up and you're probably killing something. Maybe.
Yeah,
no, there's still a lot of
I still disagree with subbing here. I think
well,
this game.
I disagree with subbing. I'm making the point for Will-O-Wisp there, why he wouldn't click Volt Switch. He'd rather just ensure that the leftovers are useless and the Suicune is basically no longer useful in doing what it does.
Yeah, I think that's about it. I didn't like how he was willing to let the Coon go down when late game Scarflando was looking that good. But that's gonna be the end of the analysis of our 5 games. Solo KHD will round out the rest of Week 5 now. What's up, guys? It's Solo KHD doing the rundown for the rest of Week 5. We already covered Lapis and BM, but Tails beat Jimmy 4-0, Eagle Gene beat Harris 2-0, Brandon defeated Slick 4-0, Slutty defeated Nala 4-0, Saigai defeated Jamal 3-0, ASCII defeated Spoink 2-0, and Brian defeated Chess 1-0. In Perplexity, we had Splurge versus Slap already covered, but TCK beats Feel 1-0, Tomcore defeated Autumn 1-0, Ride defeated Craft 4-0, Blinn defeated Lux 2-0, Devin and Luke double forfeited, Medhead took over for Luke starting in Week 7, Hacker defeated KHD 3-0, and Izzy defeated JJ 2-0. Moving on to Duality, April versus Fist was already covered, but John defeated Kurt 1-0, Ags defeated Peyton 5-0, Tremono defeated Eevee 2-0, Burger defeated Simpleton 6-0, Cody defeated Charlie 2-0. Oh, Jesus. Ollie defeated Bloodcrawler 4-0, and Manbird defeated Ampha 2-0. In Luxury, Nerd, we already covered Nerd versus Jacob, but J-Caps defeated Jabba the Jake 2-0, Sun defeated Frosteye 2-0, Friarfin defeated K-Savage 4-0, Ether defeated HGC 3-0, Palkia defeated Stanny 3-0, Panda defeated Scoothawk 1-0, and Puffer defeated Rizzo 1-0. Lastly, we have Elementary. Alec and Azurine we already covered, but Chris defeated Ballhawk 2-0, Arcadian defeated Darth Yoshi 3-0, Eno LR got defeated by Sweet AC 4-0, Senkuku defeated Frozen 4-0, HWS defeated Leighton 4-0, Iraz defeated Puck 2-0, and Reiki defeated McGee 3-0. Lastly, we have our weekly awards for Week 5. Eagle Gene's Regidrago took home Nobility Pokemon of the Week. It swept right through Harris. Tom Course Spectrier swept right through Autumn to win Perplexity Pokemon of the Week. Burgers Kamo swept through Simpleton. Ether's Thunderous got 5 kills against HGC. And Chris's Spectrier got 5 kills and a 2-0 win over Ballhawk. Spectre makes it on twice to this week's awards. Burger 6-0ing Simpleton and Tim Rookie of the Week. Nobility finished all their games first. Burger versus Simpleton ended up being Wheelchair of the Week as well. And Evie and Tremono both received Locale of the Week honors after the situation involving their game, which had Evie call his parents in the middle of the game and Tremono running the timer out. So that's it for the rundown. Back to KHD and Slap. Thank you, Solo KHD, and that's going to be it for this episode. I'd like to thank Slap for co-hosting.
You are welcome. I was nice to people today. I'd like to say that.
Yeah, no.
I didn't
When
flame
I
any of you guys.
originally offered him to co-host, he said, I believe it was, do I have to be nice?
Yeah, I was nice to people.
Or something along the lines.
That was exactly what I said.
Which, yeah, you didn't severely rip on anyone, which I'm disappointed and proud of you for.
Well, you would have just cut it out anyways, so what's the point?
I mean,
was like, well, if he's just
not.
gonna cut it out.
Maybe
but
not.
You said you could cut it out. I would. Oh my god, I could have been so much more mean.
Bro, if I let Blinn go crazy, I let you go crazy.
I didn't watch that video. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't watched any of the Primetime videos.
You're probably gonna end up watching this one just because you're in it. But that's
no,
how it
I don't like watching videos with me in it.
That sounds like cap, kiddo.
Nope, I've never watched a video with myself in it.
But anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.